Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is now just 97 days away from its official release by Disney and Lucasfilm, as well as J.J. Abrams and George Lucas. That is all set and ready to end the sequel trilogy and the Skywalker saga itself. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, like with Episode 9, we have heard many times before in the past that this film is going to be an all-out war, and a war to end all wars, and over at D23 it was indeed confirmed that there are going to be a lot of sacrifices and losses in this movie, which a lot of people are very worried for the characters of course, Leia, Lando Calrissian, Chewbacca, the droids, you name it. And what's really intriguing about Episode 9 is that these past couple of weeks or so we've been learning a whole lot more about this movie, and when it all comes down to one of the set leaks, this is where things begin to get very fascinating and at the same exact time rather worrisome for the character of Chewbacca in Episode 9. Now specifically, it's described that one of the scenes that were filmed during the month of December of 2018 involved a sequence where it's explained that Daisy Ridley was on set with Eunice Suetamo as Chewbacca, where they were said to be fighting an army of Sith troopers on a battlefield of a strange world that is described to have a heavy presence of the First Order. It's described that there are trenches where Rey, Poe, and Finn and Chewie are using rifles, where Chewie is using his bowcaster against some of the Sith troopers, using the powerful blasters against them. One of the scenes is said to have involved a sequence where one of the Sith troopers uses an explosive weapon that mimics an RPG that is described to take aim at Chewie, that causes to make him fly into mid-air on impact, hitting the ground right near Chewbacca. This is said to be a scene where Poe, Finn, and Rey go into panic for Chewbacca's well-being, where they all participate to drag him and pick him up on board of the Falcon. Now, as this all happens and plays out, it's said that Rey is able to defend Poe, Finn, and Chewie, where she blocks all the blaster fire using the Force Stasis technique, where they are said to place an unconscious Chewbacca on board of the Falcon with a terrible injury to his back and abdominal area, where Poe and Finn are said to take control of the turrets on board of the Falcon to shoot down the incoming Sith troopers. The sequence is said to be very dramatic and emotional. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, a lot of fans are really worried about what's going to happen to three key characters in this movie: Leia, Lando, and Chewbacca, alright? Basically the three legacy characters that are affiliated with the heroes of the Skywalker saga, right? And when we think about Chewbacca, a lot of fans know and love this character and have known him ever since 1977 when Star Wars A New Hope came out into theaters. So to me, I think it would be a terrible choice to kill off Chewbacca. This by far is a huge hint and or indicator of Chewbacca's demise in The Rise of Skywalker. Now, after all, in Star Wars Legends, also known as the Expanded Universe, Chewbacca did in fact die in the EU. That was based, of course, in the 1990s, early 2000s. And since then, a lot of fans have been wondering, will they do the same exact thing in Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker with the character of Chewbacca? Now, given that this is, yes, the end of the sequel trilogy and the entire Skywalker saga itself, a lot of fans are very much intrigued about what's going to happen to some of the Skywalker saga-oriented characters that have been around since the original trilogy. We lost Han, we lost Luke, there's a lot of hints out there that we're also going to lose Leia, and hopefully it's not going to be the case for Chewbacca, but this really seems like it's going in that direction from all the scenes that have actually been taking place over in the second to third act of Episode 9. Now, this is said to take place on a strange world filled with multiple trenches where Rey, Poe, and Finn, as well as Chewbacca, go into the trenches to take control of this First Order base where they are actually firing upon the Sith troopers. Now, this is said to be a moment in which one of the Sith troopers actually fires an RPG-like weapon toward the ground that lands just near Chewbacca, launching him in mid-air. Now, Chewie is said to have a terrible injury to his back and to his abdominal area, which doesn't sound too good, I will admit. It doesn't sound good at all. You guys may recall that originally J.J. Abrams for The Force Awakens wanted to actually have Chewbacca lose an arm in, of course, that film. That never made it to the final cut of the movie, and replacing it with a robotic one. But now in Episode 9, we could see that J.J. is doing something with Chewbacca here as far as a major injury goes. And with every single film so far in the sequel trilogy, we have lost somebody that we have known and loved loved in the sequels, or should I say in the entire original trilogy, that are actually going to be explained in the sequel trilogy as to what's going to happen to those characters. So Chewbacca, like I say, Jonas Watamo, he even said that there was a scene that he actually played in this movie that's going to be very sad and very dramatic for the fans. It's going to be a tearjerker. I'm not quite sure if he was really alluding to this particular scene that was filmed a couple of months ago. But let me tell you, if they kill off Chewbacca, I'm not quite sure how the fans are really going to react to that, or how it's really going to resonate with fans. If he goes out with a blaze of glory, I think that's a different thing. But in this particular scenario, it seems more like Chewbacca's getting hit by surprise by an explosive weapon. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.